It's been nearly 6 months since Oh Soo-young and Yo Min-hui first emerged onto the roof of a church tower in Seoul. This tiny space has been home ever since, as they campaign against the education business that they say sacked them when they and others tried to form a union.
We hope to deliver a message to other irregular workers who can't form unions, that they can retrieve their basic rights if they fight hard.
At more than 20% of the workforce, South Korea has one of the highest proportions of temporary workers among major economies. The government has recognized their grievances, announcing plans to allow part-timers to have permanent contracts and full benefits. It's part of President Park Geun-hye's plan to change the labor landscape and, in so doing, increase the employment rate from 64 to 70% within her 5-year term. But some fear a numbers game. More people in work, but more of them in low-quality jobs.
We have to take some steps to make sure part-time workers is quite safe and also can be quality part-time workers.
An example of what the government wants to see, so-called smart work, allowing more flexibility for people like expectant mother Jung Ji-yeon, a departure for a working culture where career progression can often rely on visibly long hours in the office.
I don't worry about that. Even if you're at your desk in the office, you don't work constantly. At home, I can get better results in less time.
South Korea is near the top of the World League for average hours worked per person at more than 2,000 a year. The government wants to see that reduced to 1,900. But in factories like this one, where a 13-hour day earns the workers overtime and keeps the company in profit, such plans are seen as a threat.
If the government reduces the number of work hours, it might be good for large companies or white-collar workers, but it would be a critical blow to small and medium-sized companies in the manufacturing sector.
At her inauguration in February, President Park talked of a second miracle to add to the economic one of the last century, where happiness would become the bedrock of the nation. Her labour reforms are designed to be part of that process. The question is whether they'll be designed well enough to prevent more people being stranded in poor quality, irregular, unhappy work. Harry Fawcett, Al Jazeera, Seoul.